Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be doing a safari setup for a first birthday party. We are doing the Wild One theme, and the colors we are using are pink, terracotta, dark green, dark green, eucalyptus, gold chrome, and I believe that's all of them. And I had some of the assorted animal prints by, and all these colors was by Sempertex as well. And I believe the dark green I used was by Kalisan. And right now I'm just inflating the balloons. I'm using the gold frame in this setup today. And as you guys know, the last video I did, the gold frame, we know that 20 clusters basically will fill up the whole frame. However, for this look, I did want it to be a little bit more thicker. I just didn't want the balloons to be on the actual frame part going around. I wanted to put some balloons in the inside just to thicken it up. So I will be making those 20 clusters to go all the way around the frame first, and then I'll be inflating extra balloons so I can thicken up the inside as well. And to inflate the cluster, or to make the clusters, I'm making those quads of 4, and after I make another quad of 4, I'm twisting those 2 quads together to make a cluster of 8 balloons. So you make a duplex. 2 duplexes is a quad, and 2 quads is a cluster of 8 balloons. And once I have that, I will be tying those clusters together to make, longer clusters so I can get that full length of 20 balloons. Alright, here are the 20 clusters that will be going on the frame. I broke them up in pieces, but altogether it's 20 of these. And we are now on site, and I am, to attach the balloons on the frame, I will be twisting the balloons around the pole, as you can see, crossing them so it's nice and tight on the pole. And that's water on the balloon. It's like pouring down raining right now. So it's I'm not sweating on my sweatshirt. That's just water. But right now I'm just twisting those balloons on, and I had them broken up by 4 pieces. So I have 2 of the same colors on one and 2 of the other. And as you see, there was a balloon that just popped. These are there are nails on this frame, and usually I don't have a problem with them, but today they were a problem. So what I did was I just went to go get my gaff tape out the bag, and I'm going to just take a piece off and put it right around to cover the nail. And I did that pretty much on majority of the nails on there, because they was giving me a little problem today. So I ended up just doing that, covering it up with some nails, covering the nails up with gaff tape so the balloons won't pop. And this is the bag of the extra balloons that I did make, inflated. And I'm just taking a duplex and twisting it on to the balloons, because I did, as I said, I had some balloons that pop. And this is like real time, you guys. This is not even sped up right now that much, but this is real time and how everything go when you on site. And I'm just, pulling these balloons back over so I can twist them together around the pole. So before I actually push those balloons together tight, I want to add the snake in between the balloons, and then I'm going to push it up so it can be tight and kind of nestled in between those balloons. I mean, you could add it afterwards as well. I just added it in before, but yeah, you can for sure add it in. I'm sure it'll be no problem. It's just like one of those plush animal, things. So now I have the 260, and I wasn't able to show you guys this up close in the last video, but in this video I'm going to show you guys. So I'm wrapping the 260 at the bottom of the frame so I can put that last layer on, because you know we can't twist the balloons around the frame because it's right on the floor. So I'm using that 260 to wrap around the balloon so it can be nice and tight and to the floor to make that full round circle look. And I had a little space, so I did take a cluster of 6 balloons and I twisted those together, and you see me pulling that neck, and now I have the neck of the dark green and I twisted those together. And this whole look was simply done by neck to neck. I didn't use pretty much 260s, only to when I just used it to attach the balloons to the frame. And then I also have my 5 inches on 260 as well, which I'm going to talk about a little later. So please stay to the end, because I want to talk about things I would do differently, or you know, things I might switch up next time, like if I have this same look or maybe even a different kind of look. But stay tuned to the end so I can tell you guys that, so you can catch all of those, as well as please remember to like and subscribe and, you know, all that good stuff. Comment below. Right now I'm adding on the Accent Orbs, and I had those on 260s already that I made a circle out of them, so as though you can just, you know, attach them around the balloon. And this is where I wasn't sure how I wanted to place the second one. And these are definitely something I'm going to talk about at the end. But when you're playing with something on site and you're really not getting it, I just left it there for now, even though I'm going to move it. And I just start, you know, continue to work on something else. And then I'll go back to that later. But right now I'm just, you know, adding in, as I mentioned, I wanted to make this a little thicker and not just the balloons going around the frame. So I end up, you know, attaching those balloons. I believe that was the Terracotta, and I attached them to the inside, just neck to neck. I use neck to neck to tie all of these. And this is how everything is looking so far, and I'm about to start filling in the inside. I'm taking those extra balloons I had. I did have to inflate a few more on site, but it wasn't too much, so that was the good thing, that I had a lot of stuff already made. I did get a U-Haul, so that's why I was able to inflate as much as I can at home. So I did have a bag of extra balloons outside of these 20 clusters that I already pre-inflated as well. So besides the 20 cluster, I had another bag with you know, duplets of balloons. I didn't make those into clusters, so I came on site because I wasn't sure how I'd be using them. So I just, you know, inflated a bunch of duplets and put them in a bag as well as my extras. And I also had another job on site, another job after this one that I had to immediately go there afterwards. And shout out to my niece who's recording me, you guys. I totally forgot. Thank you so much again, baby. I appreciate everything. She did a really good job. But right now you see I'm just tying these neck to neck. And I hope this is not going too fast. I may slow it up. But I'm just going there neck to neck to tie all these together. And again, that's not sweat. That is water from the rain. It was pouring down raining today. But after this set up, I have another one right after this I have to go to. We have to rush to. But it wasn't too bad. We actually got there on time and finished pretty quickly. It's for a bridal shower. That video will be out next week. And now we are done. I'm going to add my florals before I add my 5 inches, just because I want to make sure I have room for all my florals first. And I bought these from, I want to say Hobby Lobby. They like call hanging something. I'm not sure. You guys know I'm not really into the floral like that. I'm trying, but they call hanging something. I don't know the exact name, but I'm just putting them in. At the tip of those, I do have gaff tape on those as well, just because there is metal at the bottom at the end. So I do have gaff tape on those so they don't pop the balloons. But I'm just nestling them in between the balloons. I didn't secure them with anything. They was pretty much okay. I didn't have any problems with them. You know, I ended up bending the stem back a little bit though, and then pushing it in. To make sure nothing, you know, fall out. But other than that, they didn't really need too much to secure them. Like, yeah, and it gave the the overall look a nice look. So this is the final look, guys. This is how everything turned out. We had some of these animals. We had the tiger, the snake, and the giraffe. And I end up adding some balloons at the bottom of the giraffe leg. I just used a 260 on one end with the 5 inches, and then I had a cluster of 4 around the other one, and I just wrapped it around the giraffe. And I had some of those tropical leaves already, and my niece actually did that. She just put the leaves underneath the tiger so it can lay like on a bed of leaf kind of thing. Was the look I was going for. And this is the final look. I don't have too much of things I would do differently, other than those accent orbs that I use. As you see, they are on the side, like that lonely one at the top right there. I think I would, in the future, instead of putting them on the side, maybe put them facing front. So looking at us and not looking on the side. So looking at us is something I think I should have actually done with this look. I mean, it still looks beautiful, but just little things like that, as well as the 5-inch balloons, which I love doing, which is placing them on a 260Q and cutting it in half. However, when doing that, when you actually putting them on the balloons, sometimes you don't want those 5 inches right next to each other. And because it's on a half of a 260, because you want to, I was saving money. Sometimes it can't go too far because it is on a short 260. So I can either use a large 260, whereas though I can, move them around a little bit more when I wrap it around the balloons. So maybe one at the bottom and one at the top and not like right near each other. Or I can just not use a 260 at all and just use them neck to neck to tie them to the cluster. However, the 260 is much faster when you on site and really in a rush, and sometimes you just don't have time to tie everything neck to neck because it can be a little bit tedious when you're trying to do that. But that's the only thing I have. The 2 things that I have that I would do different in the future, or I don't know. The 5 inches is still up in the air. You gotta kind of play it by ear and see how much time you had on site, and and that's another thing I wanted to mention that I forgot. These venues, and maybe this is not all venues, maybe this is a Philly thing, but they give you 1 hour to set up. And I just think it's ridiculous. Like, there's no way someone can set up within an hour. I mean, you can prep as much as you can, but when you really want to, make sure you come out with something beautiful, I mean, it would do us a good benefit as well as the venue if we can, create a setup within a good amount of time so we can create beautiful photos within your venue. So I don't understand why they do that 1 hour setup. I can understand actually if you had an event previous before someone else's event, but if there's no one before that person's event, you should let them come in at a nice time. This place actually was nice. Well, they only gave us an hour setup. However, they had like their lockbox on their door where you get the key and everything. So that was neat. I like that idea a lot. I was actually talking to my niece about it before we arrived there, and they actually end up having that. So that way we don't have to wait for someone to come there to open up the door. But no one was there before, so they should allow us to come. Maybe the event started at noon and they gave us, we can come at 11 to set up. Maybe they should have let us come at like 9 or something to set up. I don't mind coming. I'm an early bird, so I don't mind coming early if I can set up and take my time and I don't have to rush. Like, I'll be grateful for that. So I don't know. That's just a food of thought. I mean, I know it's some venues, not everybody is like that, but if you don't have an event before someone event, let them come early to set up. It it would do you good justice to get beautiful photos with these events, as well as the decorators don't have to stress and run around with their hair chopped off. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that short rant really quick. And please remember to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Thank you guys again for watching. See you in the next video.